but I totally relate to that. You know, there are days where I just, you know, I'll sit down, I'll be playing a game, I'll be like, oh, I could stream this, you know, and then I just, the anxiety is just so overwhelming of like, well, like, what if nobody watches? What if, you know, what if I say something stupid or do something stupid where it's clipped and it's shared around, and, you know, cancel culture is so big right now. Like, what if I, you know, do or say something where like my hopes and aspirations and dreams are shattered in an instant because of like one mistake, right? So I totally get that. Absolutely.
Yeah, I think we all had that struggle. I mean, I have it, right? I set a 6-day-a-week schedule, and there's days, certainly more recently than before, probably because a little bit of burnout as well. But there's days where I'm just like, I don't want to turn my mind on. You know, I don't want to face it. I don't want to put myself out there and put on the costume sometimes that is being a streamer, right?
Yeah.
I just want to be real and veg out and watch TV, eat bonbons, whatever your vice may be, right? And just be disconnected.
So Mahler,
yeah.
I was just gonna ask, what is something that you do to like get yourself to I guess hit that live button and do it with those thoughts?
Yeah, no, that's a great question. Because at this point, this might sound bad, but at this point, you guys are what I have. And so it's as therapeutic for me to go live as it is difficult, or, you know, getting over that hump of actually clicking the button, right? So I know it's almost like the same way I treat like going out. I hate going out into the world. I really don't. Like my ex-girlfriend, come on, let's go to dinner. And I'd hem and haw, but when I go out, I have a great time. So it's just getting to that point, right? It's just opening the door of, I know my positive environment is through that door, but that door is heavy, and it's, you know, it takes a lot of strength to push through it. So I guess it's kind of a push-pull kind of thing. It's almost yin-yang to some degree, where I need to do it, but it also damages me mentally as well, but with fatigue, right, and burnout. But you guys are my family. You guys, my own family doesn't support me. I had a long conversation with my brother today. Not once did he ask me how things were going. He knows what I've been doing. The only person who's ever come into my stream has been my mother. And we had a riot with her. But, you know, she's of that age where she's not hanging out on Twitch. Come on, let's just be honest about some things, right?
Probably watching Animal Planet.
Right, or well, you know, Lifetime.
Lifetime, yeah.
My
okay, yeah.
Lifetime.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Lifetime, Hallmark.
Yeah. So I mean, but the rest of them know, right? And their kids watch Twitch, and their kids watch YouTube, and you know, not one of them support me. So I'm on an island when it comes to my family. I'm on an island because of COVID, first of all, because they don't agree with it. So I refuse to go over there. You know, they don't think it's serious, and I'm the opposite. So be it. You know, everybody has an opinion on it, but then on top of that, it's like I don't get any support. But then they want me to drop everything with 2 days notice, like today. Hey, you should come out to a football game on Sunday. Like, you gotta give me 3 weeks notice, let alone 3 days. But yeah, so that's just something I'm struggling with as well, is that personal contact of just not having people I feel are in my corner.
Yeah.
And you guys have proven time and time again that you are. And so why wouldn't you, as a human being who is grasping at some kind of normalcy during this time of year, during this time, 2020, right? Or just in this life, why wouldn't I gravitate towards you guys? I think it's logical that I would, but that's why I do it. That's why I go live, is because the uplifting spirit that I get from being with the community and just joking and, I mean, trolling, you know, like, and when you love trolling me all the time, but but it's out of a place of love. It's out of a place of mutual respect. It's just good people being kids playing games, right? But still being together, and that's the beauty of this platform. It could be so much more than we're using it for, guys.
Oh yeah,
so much more.
Yeah, because gaming's kind of become my like comfort zone at the moment.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, it's a beautiful, gaming is such a beautiful escape, but and then, you know, including the community aspect of Twitch and what it could be in terms of just connecting with other people is massive. It's really big. Definitely not being utilized to its full potential, that's for sure. Yeah, I mean, personally, I'm very thankful that I have, you know, supportive family members, in terms of, you know, my mother doesn't get it per se. She has a general idea, right? But you'll never catch her in any of my streams or anything. But I'm lucky enough to, you know, have my blood brother who is literally, I don't think I've streamed once in the past, I don't know, 2-3 months that he hasn't been at least lurking. And I appreciate the heck out of it. I wouldn't be surprised if he's here right now, you know. It's fantastic, and I have, you know, a group of real life friends that are close enough to be my brothers that are super supportive. Yeah, but on that note, I think maybe that's kind of it's kind of part of the reason that I don't have that same kind of, I guess, drive to go live every day, because I know, like, even if I don't, I still have people that are that sort of supportive for me outside of streaming. But on that same note, the days that I am not streaming, I get to go and you know, hang out with you beautiful people, you know, you two and the rest of the fam, and you know, all of these beautiful other human beings that we've connected with and built a, you know, a community around, and it's really fantastic.
Completely agree. Completely. Yeah. The Twitch community has proven time and time again that it's exactly the opposite of what I thought it would be. Right? It's not a bunch of trolls. It's not just toxicity. It's literally people cut from the same cloth who've been discriminated against by the general public because they don't understand what gaming is, and they don't understand this platform at all, coming together under one label and given the opportunity to do something really big and really helpful. It's so needed, and it's my sanctuary. I think just like it is, you know, for a lot of us, even off stream. I don't come too far outside of stream, you know. I'm still hanging in the communities. I'm still lurking in some of your guys' channels, right? Chatting it up, you know, watching you fools play Minecraft and, you know, play COD or whatever you guys play. And I just love it because, you know, you heard it, right? Reality, you guys are more real to me than most of my family.
Love you, buddy.
I love you too, man.
And I love you both.
Oh, appreciate it. I was gonna ask you, Spuddy, what, you know, with all of the struggles and everything, what's something that you've like done to, I guess, cope with it, like besides just you know, besides streaming and gaming? Is there anything, or is gaming really like your go-to for coping?
Well, there is one main person that helps me cope, and I think we kind of help each other in a way, because me and Squid, as you know, are really good friends in real life, and we've actually both got some, it sounds a bit childish, but we've both got some radio-controlled 4x4 off-road trucks, and we tend to take them out to a ford or to a forest and that, and just spend hours out there until batteries died or the sun goes down, and we just drive up tree trunks and all sorts, and it actually helps a lot. And we've kind of made them like one of a kind because of the fact that we've upgraded them ourselves tweaked them and made them look different, so we know whose is who. And I'll tell you, the amount of times we took them out, people have actually come up and commented on how good the trucks look and everything. And they have cost a lot of money, but
Thanks for that follow.
it's kind of our hobby type thing, and it just helps get some fresh air and keep your mind off things. And yeah, apart from that, I try and either lock myself away and that, or try and speak to someone. But I've got I actually have some sort. I've got a mentor, what they call it over here, with someone, some sort of specialist to talk to, and because since COVID, they've rung me every now and then to speak to me on the phone, and they're trying to help with everything.
Gotcha. I'm sure over the phone's not nearly the same as meeting in person, but it's also really nice to hear that you're able to go out with Squid Lip Sid, and RC cars are awesome. They're
Agreed.
honestly
Absolutely.
like they're such a cool hobby, and definitely not childish. I feel like people have such a negative opinion on them, but like honestly they're so cool. You can get so deep into like either building them, tinkering with them, or even just like a kid isn't going to go out into the middle of the forest and drive them around places and jam out with them with their best friend. That's just not going to happen when you're a kid.
No, that's a big boy hobby right there.
Oh yeah,
that'll cost you a couple bucks. That's like gaming now, though, right? Everybody's like, oh, gaming, like the old people. I'm one of them. Games are for kids. You know how much gaming costs? I have to remind people of this all the time. No, children can't afford to be gamers.
No.
It's so. Yeah, no, we all have to get out and do some other things,
Yeah.
What do you do, Jolly? What do you do outside of stream to try to unwind as well?
Honestly, a lot of it is poetry and lyric writing, singing. I don't play any instruments, but something that I've always done to just like, if I have a lot of pent up emotion, is just like put on some loud music and sing along. And it's something that has helped me a lot. I grew up like being told that my singing voice was shit, and so I struggled a lot with my confidence with it and stuff. But as I kind of grew up and I realized how much I loved singing, I decided to just say fuck it and just do it all the time. In fact, it got to a really bad point where my anxiety was so regular that I couldn't stop myself from singing. So I could be in the middle of a conversation with someone and just like get overwhelmed, and I would use singing as a coping mechanism for that, and I would just start singing while someone was talking to me, and it was really awkward. I've come out of that state now, right? I don't do it anymore. I stop myself. But shout out to everybody who dealt with that crap while that was going on. But singing, writing, I do graphic art. A lot of the stuff I do isn't commission based. It's literally just like getting my emotions out. And I don't go outside a whole heck of a lot. I tried to pick up skateboarding again more recently, but that didn't go too well. Yeah, that's kind of my go-to is just a lot of just I guess creative outlets. What about you, Mahler? What do you do besides streaming?
Well, I mean, you guys, yeah, I think I talk about it all the time, but yeah, I'm very, very segmented, I guess. My life is very cut and dry.
Yeah.
I walk the dog, right? I have a puppy who is a beautiful little one most of the time. And we go out for 2 to 3 miles of a bike ride every day. Pretty much, we've missed 2 days in like 3 years. And I think that was like Thanksgiving and Christmas, something like that. The actual day. So that's a way that I get out. That's a way that I interact with the public, talk about trying to put smiles on people's faces, that's when I get my opportunity, because I do not go anywhere else really. I haven't gone grocery shopping in 6 months or something, which is probably why I order a lot of carryout or a lot of pick or delivery.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's really something I do, and I do game, and I game therapeutically, meaning that when I'm off stream, right, I'm gaming, and I don't know if it's therapeutic or not, because it's really, you're kind of suspending reality, right, to immerse yourself into another world. But that is therapy for me, and that's one of the coping mechanisms I've used since I was a child. When I first started gaming when I was 7 years old. Dude, parents split up, they don't care, right? Sit in front of the TV. It's pretty much how they raised us through the 80s. And it was in television and Nintendo. And it was kind of my friend.
Right. Well,
Still
hey,
is.
yeah, at least at the end of the day, at the end of the day, through all the hardships, through all the struggle, throughout every relationship and bad time and good time, the end of every single day, there's always gaming for all of us, I think. And
right,
I think that's
exactly.
I think that's a fantastic thing. And now there's Twitch for us too, right? Like, there have been a couple of days where I've just felt completely alone. Like, I live in a house with family and there's people here, but there's a different connection, I think, to be able to just like go on a Twitch and just hang out with a streamer. Just, find someone that has 0 viewers, 1 viewer, and just sit and talk with them. Because I know they're lonely too, because they're obviously alone streaming, and they're, especially if they're not on voice comms with other people, you get to have this very new experience for humans, which is just like this online one-on-one, conversation. It's really an intimate type of situation, but with so much distance. It's super thought-provoking for me.
Yeah,
personally.
I can agree with that. I mean, you're essentially being invited into somebody's home. I mean, really,
Yeah.
you're coming into my office, right?
Yeah.
And you're hanging for whatever period of time, and so it's really, and we're very vulnerable, very vulnerable. That was very loud. 74. Hold on 1 second.
Sure. And yeah, as Muller's talking about, you can see, I assume Spuddy's in his bedroom. I'm in my bedroom. Like, this is
right. Exactly. They're saying we're out of sync.
That's my kitchen
now.
table, you
Is
see.
that a thing? I guess we're out of sync at the moment. I don't know.
Between the different streams, I'm assuming.
Yeah, that's what they're saying, between switching back and forth.
Yeah.
Well, I'm having troubles with my stream apparently, because apparently it's delay between the sound and the actual stream itself, and in my OBS it says encoding overloaded. Consider turning down video settings or using a faster encoding preset.
Oh no.
So I don't know what that's about.
Yeah.
I'm not dropping any frames, but it's affecting my stream.
Yeah, that's something that you'd probably have to stop streaming and change settings for, unfortunately. In terms of us being out of sync between our streams, it's going to happen based on where we're located, where, how far we are from the Twitch servers, or the given Twitch server that we're streaming to, how the Twitch server's connection is doing, how your connection is doing to each of those Twitch servers. So that's kind of out of our control. But hopefully you can, if you want to hop between them to chat, that's totally fine. I think we also all have multi-links up as well. So that's a possibility. But
I've just been informed that my video in the stream is stuck, but they can hear me now. So my video's frozen, but they can hear my voice.
Oh. That's odd. Yeah. Because we can still see you on Discord, so
Yeah, it's perfect.
Yeah.
Do you want to maybe read? I'm sure you probably have comments. Probably all of us have comments in chat that may be something to read out.
Yeah.
Is that something we might want to do?
Sure, absolutely. Yeah. Did you want to go ahead and read a couple of things here?
I got one that popped in earlier, and it hit close to home, so I just wanted to. I thought it was important, but I don't know if I should read off who said it, but I mean it was from Squid. Hopefully you don't mind, Squid. So many things that have already been said that are so close to home, as they say. It hits you so hard when you know just how it feels, what others are going through. I mean, that's exactly, we talked about it before we went live tonight, and that's exactly what the goal, I think, of this is supposed to be, which is to allow you guys to see that you're not alone. You're not on an island. You're not the only one in the world who feels the way that you do. And there's people out there who've had the same experiences as you. And there's no need to take a path that is damaging when you could take a path of reaching out to any one of us. I know all three of us, pretty much everybody we come across in the community, there's 20, 30 people, right, that we've built relationships with across the community now. I think any one of those people would say, come to me, let's talk, right? I have an ear for you. And that's why I'm doing this, is because I've had 43 years of experience. I've had 43 years of bad experience in some cases. And if one of those items can make it to where you don't have the same experience, then I want to give it to you. I want to give you that quiver for your, that arrow for your quiver. Words are easy, right? But I want to give you guys that. I want to give you that ammunition. And if it's not quite exactly the way what you're going through, maybe knowing that Jolly or Spuddy or myself have had similar experiences, you can more easily say, hey, maybe I'll send that person a direct message. So I don't want to put it out on stream, and that's okay. That's completely okay. You send me a direct message and you want to chat about this. I've done it before, and I'll continue to do it until I decide to close the stream down forever. Probably the day I die. So know that the door is always open for you guys. Anybody out there, the door is open. And, we probably have been in a similar situation as you. So.
Yeah, and to tack on to that too, same for me, obviously, and I'm sure same for Spuddy and, anybody else that, you see us interacting with or generally like raiding often or hanging out in other streams, like this entire greater community that we have going here. I'm sure there isn't a single person that would turn you away if you message them, if you're struggling with something. And just the same, if, somebody comes to me and goes, hey, like, I've been through this and that, I don't know what to do, and maybe I don't have the right words to say or the right solution or something, but maybe because I know the story, Mahler's, backstory, and maybe I know, or the way that I like to say it, their origin story, right? Like that's really what, what we're discussing a little bit. I can always send somebody that direction too. Yeah, it's part of the best part of, building this greater community. That really makes it something special.
Exactly. I completely agree with you. I don't know how I can iterate that. And that actually it kind of made me think of a different aspect too. So there's some of you guys out there who are trying to go solo with streaming. Right? So you're already isolating yourself by trying to do it all by yourself. Join a community. Find a community. Reach out. Get to know people. Hook up with them through their Discord. Create a community in which you can comfortably stream, comfortably exchange ideas. It's not always a competition. Yeah, there's only so many viewers and everybody wants subs, and it's a business, yes, but it's a community first. And you can't have the business without the community. So join up with somebody. Don't try it alone. It's too hard. You think it's just hitting live and playing a game. It's far more than that. So join the community and get out there. Network with some of these amazing people. There's no shortage of amazing people. That's something I've learned.
Absolutely. I wanted to pull a message here from my chat as well. We had a question from Watster Matter, one of the beautiful fellers from our beautiful community. He asked, how do we make it so that we don't have to put on the costume in front of the camera? I guess in terms of streaming, how can we make it a more real, I guess, situation? So,
is there a way to do it without the costume? It's a great question.
Yeah.
I mean, I would say, it's, I don't know. For me, it's probably transparency. Transparency, right? I'm a streamer, but I'm a regular guy as well. I struggle with this, and this. We hang out playing a video game. We're all the same. I mean, that's kind of I think the closest we can get to trying to just really, get rid of that costume. Yeah. I don't know, because I mean, we all know what streaming is, right? There's a revenue that comes from it, so it's a business, and there's people who want to make money with it. Okay, we already know that.
Yeah.
Right. But in the end, it's still people, it's still support, and I'm going to say it till the day I die. This platform is too powerful to use for just playing video games. It's too powerful.
Yeah.
It needs to have a holistic feeling and use behind it.
Yeah.
And right now we're all struggling. COVID has increased the mental issues in this country and in this world probably tenfold. So we need this more now than ever.
Yeah. Absolutely. And I think to further on that, and to further touch on the question, how do we make it so we don't have to put on the costume in front of the camera? Doing just chatting streams, I think, helps a lot, at least for me. And then once in a while, opening up just kind of like an AMA, ask me anything type of situation or scenario for viewers to just like literally ask, whatever they want. And there was a moment that I had personally that really opened up the doors to that transparency that you were talking about. And it was maybe about a month ago ish, month and a half, 2 months, some time ago. We had another one of our beautiful community members, Maggers, was participating in this Ask Me Anything, and he asked me to just like see around my room. He just like asked to like see what my room looked like, and as I showed my like room around, like I think it gave everybody that sense of like, oh, he's just like a normal dude. I had a tower of energy drinks, and it's just like my bed wasn't made, and you can't see it because the bed's behind me and you can't see my desk. But that gave me this moment of clarity of like, I don't, after doing that and showing how kind of like disgusting of like a surrounding I'm in, that people still came back to the next stream. People who saw that still came back. And I think people just want to connect and know that they're not alone. And that's why, even when you